In a small village nestled deep within the heart of Africa, lived a young man named Favour. His name meant blessing, but life had dealt him a harsh hand. A terrible drought had swept through the land, leaving fields barren and stomachs empty. Favour lost his family's farm, his home, and almost all hope. One scorching afternoon, as he wandered aimlessly, his foot hit something small and hard in the dust. He bent down and picked it up. It was a single palm kernel seed, dark and unassuming. Holding it in his hand, a flicker of an idea sparked in his weary mind. This wasn't just a seed, it was a promise of a future. With renewed purpose, Favour found a small patch of land near a trickling stream that had somehow survived the drought. He carefully planted the seed, nurturing it with what little water he could find. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. He protected the tiny sprout from the harsh sun and hungry goats. People in the village whispered, calling him foolish for pinning his hopes on a single seed. But Favour didn't listen. He saw not just a plant, but a lifeline. This tiny green shoot was his plan. Years passed. Favour's single seed grew into a magnificent palm tree, its fronds reaching for the sky like a symbol of victory. It began to bear fruit, vibrant red clusters of palm nuts. Favour had not just survived, he had cultivated a new beginning. He harvested the fruits, and this is where the real magic began. The story of Favour is not just about one man and one tree. It's about the incredible power locked inside that one seed. Let's explore the treasure that is the palm tree. The most well-known product is, of course, palm oil. Favour learned to extract two types of oil from the fruit. First, from the fleshy outer part, he pressed out the rich red palm oil. This oil became the heart of his kitchen. He used it for cooking everything, from stews to fried jams, giving his food a unique flavor and beautiful color. It wasn't just for taste. This red palm oil is packed with nutrients. It's one of the richest natural sources of vitamin A, which is crucial for good vision and a strong immune system. It also contains vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect our bodies from damage. So, every meal Favour ate was not just filling his stomach, but also nourishing his body, helping him regain his strength. But there was another secret inside the nut. After removing the fleshy part, he was left with the hard kernel. By cracking this open, he found a smaller seed inside. From this, he extracted a different kind of oil, palm kernel oil. This oil was clearer and had a different set of uses. Favour discovered it was a fantastic moisturizer for his skin, protecting it from the harsh African sun. It also worked wonders for his hair, keeping it healthy and strong. He was turning his single tree into a source of both food and personal care. The wisdom of his ancestors, once forgotten, was coming back to him through the gifts of this tree. Favour's single tree was producing more than he could ever use alone. He started selling his surplus red palm oil and palm kernel oil at the local market. The villagers, who once called him foolish, were now his first customers. They loved the quality of his oil. His small enterprise began to grow. This is the economic power of the palm tree. For millions of people across Africa and the world, palm oil is a vital source of income. It creates jobs in farming, harvesting, processing, and transportation. Small-scale farmers like Favour can build a life and support their families from just a few trees. On a larger scale, it's a major export for many countries, boosting national economies. Favour's little market stall was his own small economy, born from a single seed and a solid plan. The story doesn't end with the oil. The true genius of Favour and the palm tree lies in using every single part. There is virtually no waste. What did he do with the fronds, the huge leaves of the tree? He used them to thatch the roof of his new, small hut, providing shelter from the sun and rain. He also wove the leaflets into baskets for carrying his goods, mats for sleeping on, and brooms for keeping his home clean. The sturdy spine of the front became poles for simple construction. The tree was literally building his home. And what about the leftovers from pressing the oil? The fibrous pulp that remained was not thrown away. It was used as fuel for his cooking fire, burning slowly and steadily. The hard palm kernel shells were also an excellent source of fuel, even better than the fibre. Some people even use these shells in building roads or as a filter, and the leftover cake after extracting the palm kernel oil. It turned out to be a protein-rich feed for livestock. Favour eventually got a few chickens and fed them this, making them healthier and more productive. From a single seed, he had created a complete, self-sustaining system where nothing was wasted. Favour's story became a legend in his village and beyond. He wasn't just the man who survived, he was the man who thrived. He taught others how to see the potential in what they had, no matter how small. He started a small nursery, cultivating new palm seedlings from the seeds of his original tree and giving them to other families so they could start their own journey. He showed them not just how to plant, but how to process the fruits, use the oils, and find a purpose for every part of the tree. He transformed his community from a place of despair to a hub of productivity and hope. His single seed had multiplied into a forest of opportunity. Favour's journey from a dusty path with a single seed to a respected community leader with a thriving business is a powerful reminder. It teaches us that sometimes the greatest treasures come in the smallest packages. It shows the importance of having a vision, a plan, and the patience to see it through. The palm tree, for Favour and for millions, is more than just a plant. It is a source of food, health, wealth, and shelter. It is a symbol of resilience and the incredible generosity of nature. So next time you see a product containing palm oil, think of Favour and his single seed. Remember the story of how one man, with one seed and one plan, rebuilt his life and his entire community. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories.